Are we ready? Hi, my name is Diane, and good morning. My name is Diane, and I'm going to be doing a cooking demonstration this morning. As you can see, I have tied my hair back, I washed my hands before I'm going to touch any food, and I've removed my jewelry. And as always, I'm wearing an apron just to protect my clothing. So on the menu today is a couscous salad, and in the salad it has a mixed bean medley and also some corn niblets that I'm going to be putting in. And for those who are not familiar with the couscous, what it is, it's a durum wheat semolina product. It has very fine kernels and does not require much cooking. All you do is you boil some liquid. It can either be water or a broth. Just bring that to a boil, take it off the stove, and then mix in the couscous and then cover it with the lid for 5 minutes and just stir it up and let it cool off. So without further ado, let's get cutting. So as I go along, I will give you some tips. So the first thing I'm going to cut up, my recipe calls for 3 garlic cloves. And one of the reasons I selected this recipe is because I like saying couscous. It's a fun word to say. And also it is a very festive recipe. It's light and it has pretty much all the major food groups. And last but not least, this is available. This recipe has many different variations, so you can add other things as you see fit. So I need 3 garlic cloves, and a quick way to remove the sheets. Whoops, hello. Well, this is one way, and you take your knife and just kind of give it a good squish, and it comes off quite easily, actually, just like that. Or you can twist it a bit. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off the little ends right here, all my 3 cloves, and give them like a further squish them down. You can either do this with a fork, or you can just do with the flat of your hand with a knife, and just give them a good mince, just like that. Easy peasy. And after that, because I don't really like big chunks of garlic in my salads, I will just further mince them along, just like that. Okay, so this is the garlic. And one of the things I'm going to add to the salad is ginger root. I love ginger root and it's good for you. So I'm going to add a few. I'm going to peel it first. And what I actually do with all these trimmings, I make broth out of all these trimmings. I add it to chicken bones, and it just reduces a lot of waste, and then you can make your own broth. Okay, so here's my peeled ginger. So what I'm going to do with this ginger, instead of mincing, I'm just going to make slivers, just like that. So you can actually, when you eat the salad, you can really taste the ginger slivers. Now, some people don't like these ginger slivers. I do. It's just something that I add alongside. Okay. So next are the onions, and all my vegetables have been washed. So all we're going to be doing is cutting. So just cut the onions in small pieces. Again, you don't want to have big chunks of onion in your salad. Just like that. Easy peasy. Okay, and so these are the onions. Next are my red peppers. I've cleaned them out. I've removed all the seeds. And the reason I choose the red over the green, the red is a lot sweeter, actually, a lot sweeter pepper, and just in tiny little pieces. And again, I don't like big chunks of vegetables in my salad, so I just cut them into little pieces. Easy. And I don't know if anybody has ever noticed the little bumps on the peppers. Some peppers have 3 bumps, some have 4. There is a theory. The 3 bumps are, according to this theory, which I now know is a myth, the 3 bumps represent a male pepper, and then if you see a pepper with 4 bumps, it represents a female. That is a total myth. And some people believe that the four bump pepper is sweeter, whereas the three bump pepper is better for cooking. It's a total myth, and it really depends on where they've grown, what soil you use, etc. So I have debunked that myth. I used to believe it myself, but so okay. So now I've cut up all the vegetables. So we have garlic, we have ginger, we have green onions, and we have red pepper. Now you can add celery, you can add red pepper, you can add whatever kind of vegetable you like. So now we're going to make the dressing. So for the dressing, I have one lemon, or the juice of one lime, which I'm just going to squeeze together like so. You can either use a whole lime, or you can use lime or lemon juice, whichever you prefer. So I've done that, and the next is the red. It calls for red wine vinegar, but I'm going to be using regular vinegar. The reason why is because I don't have any in my pantry right now. So it says one teaspoon of vinegar. And the next thing I'm going to add is it says canola oil, but you can use olive oil, you can use any oil that you have. So what I'm going to be using today is an olive oil, a mango flavored olive oil, which a friend of mine gave to me. And it calls for 3 tablespoons. So I'm going to measure this out. 1, 2, 3, or you can just use olive oil for that. And then also this recipe calls for cumin, a half a teaspoon, which for me is just a shaky. So, so I will just do a shaky, and then, so I'm going to whisk this all together. This is going to be my dressing. And again, you can use more or less vinegar or oil if you like. So I'm going to mix this together, and then I'm going to add all the vegetables. I'm going to add the vegetables to the dressing, just like so, and mix them all up. There we go. That looks good just by itself, actually. So that's all mixed up. Now I'm going to add it. So the beans, the couscous, and the kernel I already have put into a bowl. The beans I strained and rinsed. These I just strained because they have a bit of liquid in them. And then, so I'm going to mix. So my sister's taken a picture of all that. So now I'm going to mix the dressing with the other vegetables into my salad, just like so. And if I feel that it's looking kind of a little dry, I can always add more. You can add tomatoes in here, you can add a whole bunch of things, even cauliflower or broccoli. And it keeps very well, and it's good for lunches. You can use it, you can have it for a side dish. You can add chicken, you can add bits of pork, you can add feta cheese, or you can add regular cheese if you like. If you like the dairy in here. So I'm going to taste it, and just to see if there's enough dressing in here. I think there is. So now you've seen how I make a really nice and easy couscous salad. And another tip that I'm going to share with you, because I love cooking. It relaxes me, I find it therapeutic, and I can try out different dishes. What I do when I cook, I take out everything that I need onto one table, so I'm not taking breaks and retrieving this and that, so everything is out on the table, or my cutting board, or my island, whatever I need. With all my measuring cups, every oil, all my herbs and spices, it just makes it a lot easier. So this will conclude my cooking demonstration. I hope you found this helpful. If you would like to have the recipe, I could share that with you. And then here, if you would like to zoom in on the finished product. Very nice summer salad. So thank you very much for listening and watching, and bon appetit.